Hello, friendlings! I am Claude from Chicago. We are here for real people with real creativity in real time. Friendlings, never give up, and I won't on you. And today we are back with another live stream here. It has almost been a week, if not, it has been a week since I streamed this world, and it's been pretty much almost 5 days since I played on this. There was a few other ideas that I wanted to do other than Minecraft today, but I've all came back to this. Plus, work got canceled for some random reason, and I actually do not know why, but that is why we are here, and that's why we are streaming. Now, today's challenge is not really a challenge. I guess it is a challenge. Let me put this way. If we survive today's live stream, this will be the official longest live stream hardcore series I have ever done, and the longest live stream series that I have ever done ever of all time, because I have not died in this world. We're on day 192, by the way. For all the people that say, oh, you only need to survive 100 days, surviving 100 days is the easiest thing you could ever do. Because you really only got to survive 50 days because you just got to sleep through half the nights. But I digress. Sorry to everybody that is there. Today is not going to be super crazy because I'm not sure exactly what I want to do other than our main thing is this. This I want to fill in entirely with water. Now, you may be asking, and I agree with you, that you should put some details at the bottom of the bedrock. You should put some details down there like, different heights and variations. The whole reason that this big lake here, which we've been nicknaming Lake Chad, but it's not going to be named Chad any longer, is the whole point of this is so I can get in my boat and I can fish anywhere in this area. Maybe on that side eventually we'll add a few items, but right now I don't want that. My idea of this is to be just filled in with water, and I can just throw my fishing rod in there at any time. Now that I'm looking at this after it's been dug out, this is actually quite big. So maybe I should actually add a few details over on this side of this side of the water. Maybe I can add some more details like kind of curving down. I'm not sure. Now that I see that, this is actually kind of big of a lake. I think I might actually be able to add some details. So maybe that's what we should do. One thing that I do want to do, though, regardless, is we are going to have to buy new armor. Probably at today's episode, we're probably going to need to buy new armor for our body because we're almost broken on this. Additionally, I need to figure out what I'm going to detail that with. And you might be asking, Claude, how'd you get so much done from the last live stream to this live stream? If you haven't checked it out, we have a YouTube channel called Claude from Chicago, which is what we're streaming on. And there's an episode called I Almost Died to a Witch. And that witch is still alive. I kept her for the reason of trading villagers, but I think right now she's more of a trophy showcase, sort of what they did like in Rome. So she's right here, and she's going to be living for a little bit of time. Let me fix my audio levels because I feel like I'm going crazy here. This is supposed to be 25. This is supposed to be 60. Why don't we just put it at 6, 7? But today, yeah, I guess we're going to be filling up that lake, and I think now that I understand that I do have more than enough room, I think I kind of want to detail it. Now, we don't have any sand because we unfortunately have not been brought any sand by a wandering trader. I don't know how much emeralds I have left either, but I definitely want to take a look and see where we can get some emeralds because I want to continue trading. So what can we detail this lake with? Now, we have dirt. We have no sand. We have stone that we can smelt, which I don't have any, I have some stone smelted somewhere, I'm sure. I'm sure that I have stone somewhere smelted, and it might be sitting in here. But I cannot find it. Here we go. Yeah, I have, like I said, I had some stone. I didn't think I had that much. But I think we're gonna kind of detail this, so like what you see in a real Minecraft world. So we're gonna actually take a quick nap, and we're gonna go jump into a survival world, and we're going to go take a look and see what those edges look like. Huh? You know, let's take visual representation, shall we? I think that's always such a good idea. Okay, I have been actually cooking up some charcoal as we go too, and this might be the time to start cooking some more stone. But you know what I wanted to do, and I can't figure it out. My brain couldn't process this. Let's place down some more trees. Getting some love in the chat from Tuxboo saying, the 6-7 joke is so currently active, says Tuxboo. Thank you so much. I appreciate the positivity. All right, let's add in some trees here. And let's get these regrown. If you, like I said, if you have not seen the 3 episodes of us doing behind the scenes stuff, you got to go take a look at those. I almost died to a witch. At least all those 3 behind the scene episodes were, at least I was recording. Well, one of them I wasn't recording, I guess, technically. Okay, well, well, I guess I can't, like, leave the game going, but I should sleep. I should sleep before I go and, like, visit a world. So we're going to go over here. We're going to take a little sleep skis. And I'm going to go save and quit. We're going to make a new world, and we're just going to make a new world, and we're going to call this Looking World for Superflat. And we're just going to see what a normal world looks like. The rivers. So slash... oh, I didn't make... I had to make it creative mode. I didn't do that, but at least we were in the wrong biome, so it didn't really matter anyways. All right, creative. Looking world. Please tell me I have cheats on. Why? All right. So it does work. Okay, we spawned in the worst biome, which is the taiga biome, to be honest with you. I think it's slash locate plains. Locate biome plains. And then I think if I do this, I can teleport myself to it. Oh my lord. Is it really going to be doing this to me, huh? This is what we were defining as a plains. This does not look like a plains to me, does it? Does this look like a plains to anybody? All right. So what do we have here? Let's take a look, shall we? So in the plains biome, it goes down by dirt. There's a few patches of dirt, and they slowly go down. Not super steep. It looks like it kind of staircases in some spots. And then on some of these spots, it looks like it goes flat. So dirt is definitely a big component, but we definitely need more than dirt. Is there stone, per se, here? No, but there is gravel and sand. What else is there? There's some sugarcane, some gravel. I'm just trying to find, like, a good river. I know back in the old days, there used to be stone at the bottom, and it looks like there's something here. What is this? Is this stone? This is just a ton of gravel. Yeah, it's just dirt, sand. Oh, here's some stone. I mean, that just goes straight down because it's off of a mountain cliff. It's not going down because, I mean, there is some stone. It's not like that crazy, but for the most part, it's dirt, sand, and clay. And I think I might be able to get clay. Wow, I never thought I would have been happy to see diorite in the water, considering I haven't seen diorite in forever. And then, like, just, like, additional, like, seaweeds and stuff, too. I know this is technically the taiga biome, but we're just thinking about that. I can get these, though. I can get whatever, the seagrass. We can get those, so I'm not really too worried about it. All right, let's go back to our super flat world, and let's start working on this curvature, shall we? And I do definitely need a shovel, which I have more than enough shovels. I need food. I need my pickaxe. Gonna need that stone once it's done cooking. And I think that's about it, really. I mean, those are really the only two things I have is dirt, and I have stone and cobblestone. I do have cobblestone. I don't know how much I want to use of cobblestone, but I am very limited on blocks, so I think we might use some cobblestone here. And now, I do not have silk touch, for the record. It is a huge record for noticed. So, definitely do not want to use too much. We're going to start cooking some stone here. And let's grab some of these shovels. And I have more than enough shovels sitting around everywhere. And I definitely have more than enough dirt. So we'll grab a few shovels on us, shall we? And I should probably grab buckets of water, shouldn't I too? Or just torches? Because this could be really bad if we do this wrong. But I don't know. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Stop worrying about it. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Alright, we do have some water here. Got some of this. Grab some of that. And let's go down, shall we? Let's kind of flatten this out. And once we get a whole... we're not going to get a ton of sand, I don't think, in this world. We can get a ton of gravel. Gravel is definitely a possibility. Gravel is definitely something that we can get. So, let's figure out how we're going to get this to go down, shall we? So, there was a staircase, for the record. Staircases do exist. Nothing should spawn on the bedrock. We're going to be playing with the Minecraft knowledge that nothing spawns on bedrock, for the record. We're playing with that knowledge. Oh, that kind of looks like a... That kind of looks like a Minecraft world, doesn't it? Doesn't that kind of look non-flat? Now, you might be asking, Claude, why didn't you think about this, off-stream? Well, like I said, I wasn't thinking about this at all. I was just going to fill this all in with water, but I realized that once I dug all this out, this was actually quite a huge area, and not putting any details like that could make this look kind of a little silly, you know what I'm saying? If I didn't add anything in. So we're just going to kind of shape and design this. I guess we're going to kind of go with dirt right now. I don't think we really need smooth stone. I don't know if smooth stone would look, honestly, too great. Maybe we'll come back through. Like, I mean, we're just kind of roughly designing this for the record. This is not a permanent idea. And all this will turn back to dirt. It's going to turn to grass right now, but it will eventually all turn back to dirt. We have so many slimes here that that's going to get me triggered. Claude, why don't you fill it in all with water and then, well, how about you just mind your dang business, bruh? Dang! Mind your business, please. It's my Minecraft world. I can do what I want. Speaking of doing what I want in my own Minecraft world, you know, I want to use these axes because I do have axes that are pretty good. And I can carry one less item. But these slimes are so annoying that I don't know even know if I can do that. Like, they're just starting to annoy me so much that it's just becoming honestly unbelievable. And I'm still living under the notion that nothing can spawn under here. And if something can spawn under here, I'm going to be ticked. I'm going to be ticked off, my guy. This is coming together very well, though. Now we got the little slime. I will never complain about little slimes. They are annoying me right now. I'm not going to lie, but I'm not going to complain about them because they're not really so annoying to be like needing to have a massive freak out session. So Okay, so this is going to get knocked down as well. But how's it? Let's just take a look. Let's take a step back and let's take a look and see how this is looking. Okay, this is looking pretty decent. Let's look at unflat. And yes, when I grab the slime balls and I toss them back on the floor for them to despawn, I hope you guys can understand that, you know, I might have a fair bit of slime balls that I may not need. But this is looking unflat. And imagine when we put water in here, put some seagrass. Now, I do want to keep this, like I said, I want to keep this area like a huge area, like, so I can get stuff. I don't plan on making an island, for the record here. There is an island over there that we're going to have, but I do not plan on making this an island. You know what I am planning on, though, is to add this little bit of detail before I forget to do it. Is how about we dig this out and we can add stone against this wall. And we're going to just change it up. We're going to keep more of the solid stone at the bottom. And we're going to put more cobblestone at the top. But I want it to be integrated so it's not, like, all the same. We're going to wait for the slime to come down here and just be annoying. That's probably the first time I have attacked the slime and I actually did not get damaged. We should probably have more stone than cobblestone, right? If you guys are thinking that. Yeah, we probably should have more cobblestone than stone. I'm trying to keep this in the way, too, that... it's a little different. Welcome to the chat, Liam. How are you doing this fine afternoon? Duck swoop. Okay, right now what we're working on, Liam, is we're working on the, I guess it actually just became evening, right? For you. Alright, what we're doing right now, Liam, is we're trying to make this world not flat, as you know. And this is our, quote, Lake Chad, which we are going to rename. I'm trying to make this riverbed. I was going to make this all flat and fill this all in with water. But we're going to actually sort of slowly turn this up here. And we're going to add in a few blocks to make this unflat. Now, I am a little upset here that I have to kind of hide some of the stone that I just placed in. Because I can't pick it up because I do not have a Silk Touch pickaxe yet. I will have one eventually. But I don't have one yet. So I'm just trying to fill this into a way that we can make this kind of look like a riverbed. Now, we did fly in creative mode. Not in this world. Not in this world. In a test world, literally as you saw on stream. Well, this is before you came in. But we did go and check a test world and saw what, what a river is like technically made of. And the river is technically most of the flat, or sorry, not most of the flat rivers, but most of the rivers in Minecraft are made of sand, dirt, gravel, and that's about it for this, like for a plains biome. So we don't have sand and we don't have gravel, so we gotta make it a little different. We'll eventually have a ton of gravel. I don't know about sand. We'll definitely have a ton of gravel at some point. But this is actually a lot funner than me just deleting blocks over and over and over. This is definitely, I'm enjoying this. And I gotta do that side as well. But my big plan is to get this sort of design filled in with water and knock down these things and actually have some very beautiful things going on. A river is mad of water. It's evening though. A river is made of water. Yes, I think that's what you meant to say. Made. Yes, it is. I can't read. You know that. So don't be upset. I can't spell either. So don't be upset. Don't be upset. All right. Oh, you know what I need to bring is I need to bring a bed. We need to bring a bed because I want to keep working on this throughout the night. I need to grab my other stone. And the last thing I think we're going to do is knock those down. Like one of the final things that we do is going to knock them down. We're going to need some more dirt, too. I wish I had a whole supply of dirt sitting around somewhere. Oh. Oh, I really wish we got a diamond. Oh, you know what I got to tell you about? Is on those videos, those time-lapse videos, I've gotten more villagers, and they have none of them have given me a diamond shovel yet. They have not given me a diamond shovel. I think only one guy gave me an iron shovel, if that. Like, it's starting to get really annoying. Like, how is it this hard to get a diamond shovel? I don't know. We have 52 emeralds left. I can try to pull a diamond shovel out, but I really am not mining today. I kind of need to save those emeralds for armor. I need armor bad. Well, I don't need it that bad, but I definitely will need armor. Sure. All right, let's grab some of these stone blocks, take a nap, pick up our bed, and we're gonna go back and keep working on this. This should be done cooking here. Perfect. I do have some cobblestone on me. Perfect. These should be done cooking as well. Now, I do not have any torches, for the record. I'm not going to... I was planning on lighting this up when I was first thinking about doing this in my head about a couple minutes ago. But I was like, how many zombies and stuff could actually spawn on here with iron armor? Or, I mean, copper helmets and copper body armor. And, you know, spawn on the few places that we are allowing them to spawn. But I'm sure we'll be shown here in a few seconds that is a lot higher than we think. Now, once one of these cracks, the first thing I'm doing is stopping what I'm doing, and I'm going to go buy myself armor. Diamond armor. Even though it's not the most ideal, it is what it is. Speaking of copper armor, I don't know if we can smelt this down and get copper bars from it. I don't know if that's how that works. We can get copper quite easy in this world if we went to our farm, our XP farm, and just turned it into a water farm. All of our mobs would just spawn, they wouldn't spawn that way. The zombies would turn into drowns. So I'm not really too worried about it. I'm going to throw my bed right there for now. Okay, let's continue designing this. I kind of want to have this be a little bit more of a shawl. And build it out a little bit. And then we'll kind of swoop in. Nothing should spawn on the bedrock. Nothing technically can spawn on the bedrock, but, you know, my luck, it will spawn on it. Doesn't matter what the Minecraft science degree is. It's looking good. Like, once we fill this all in, it's going to be good. I don't know when I spell it. I don't know when I spell it correctly and the phone changes a words to another. You know, that is the one thing that I do want to say, too. Welcome, Cripsa. Thanks for coming out to the stream. Definitely, so totally planned. Thank you so much for coming out to the stream, Cripsa. Yeah, you know, that is annoying. I was typing on Zach's stream, and you know, we're going to put an Easter egg in here. We're going to put 2 Easter eggs in here. Because Cripsa and Liam showed up. We're putting 2 Easter eggs in, and I'm doing that now because I did it. We're doing a Liam Easter egg right here. You see that right there? We're doing the Liam. And then we're going to find a spot. We'll probably put Cripsa somewhere over here. Easter egg. If you want an Easter egg, type in chat. But I was typing on Zach's stream, and I was just not... And then I pulled up my phone to type for me because I was laying in my bed. And then it literally put in a swear word. And oh my god, I was freaking. So I try to go back and change it. I try to go like on the computer and change it. And it wouldn't let me delete my comment. It says you cannot delete. You cannot delete. You know what happened is YouTube literally just like instantly banned my comment. It was that bad. So, yeah, apparently if you guys type in expletive things, which I was not trying to do, by the way, I was trying to be a very nice person and type something interested in the chat, but no, I was freaking. But Zach didn't read it out loud, so he must have not seen it, And YouTube said the comment didn't exist, so... But I was freaking. And no one else said anything either. And I was not trying to type that. I was trying to type something cute, but it was not coming out cute. Oh my god. There's the Cripsa on the wall right there. Cripsa. We got Liam. And then we're just kind of filling this in as so. I know you typed bling blong. Yeah, that's what I meant to type. I wasn't even trying to swear either. That's the thing. It literally changed it when you type on your... The phone changes stuff. You know, iPhone used to be this leading with the AI stuff with Siri and all that. I've seen so many people talking about it, so I have to talk about it now. It, like, literally... iPhone has just went down the drain. Like, it just, like... they just given up on their AI ability. Like, Siri's so bad. Like, you don't need a new Siri, for the record. You don't need to make a new... We're turning hostile mobs off because this is starting to blow my ear out. We don't need a new Siri. What we need is to give Siri an update. We need to give Siri an update and say, hi, guys, I just got a new update, and I'm actually so much smarter. Don't say that you're AI. We already know you're AI, but you're going to say, oh, yeah, I'm an AI generate now. Like, no. You don't have to say that, Siri. Just have it just be. And I think... people are going to like use it more. Every time, I don't even bother use Siri. I know how unreliable she is. Just like the most unreliable just piece of software ever. It used to be really cool. But then when, you know, just never worked consistently, and now that they, now officially that they have it publicly free AIs, you know, it's like completely useless. Okay, we're gonna say this is Cripsa. This is Liam right here. Liam, you can kind of see out the edge. We're gonna wait for these guys to despawn or disappear or something because I want to make this more of like a shoal. So we're going to, unfortunately, I should have not wasted a piece of stone like that, but I did. So it is what it is. But this is looking good. This is a good start. And when we fill it in all with water, and I'm not, like I said, I am not filling, I'm not putting an island in. But if anybody sees my armor break or hear my armor break, which you can tell by these white boxes down here, if they're not fully lit up, let me know. We're stopping what we're doing and we're going to go buy some armor. Okay, we're going to keep Liam there, and then we're going to kind of like get it to curve up here so we can actually see it a little bit easier in the water. And most people are not going to notice that. I don't think anybody's going to notice that except for the people that were in the stream right now. So, and eventually, once I get gravel, we're going to have to come back and do this. I was also thinking about maybe I could just take the bedrock and break the bedrock with a piston and a TNT. But that is going to be too much of an... It took forever to dig this out. For me to break all the bedrock that's here and then do that. Maybe we'll... if I had enough resources to break the bedrock and go underneath and do all that, we'll do that, and I'll have enough resources to drain it out. Okay, I will definitely have more than enough resources to drain it out if I don't, because oh my gosh. All right, I think I want another stone section over here, so let's grab our stone and let's start digging this out, shall we? Eventually, if we get somebody in the chat that comes in, maybe we'll add this and put their name here. But for now, I'm just going to go like this and fill this in. All right, that's looking unflat. And that's a good sign. By the way, this is going to all be underwater, so we shouldn't get too much caught up in doing this, for the record. Okay, I shouldn't be spending too much time doing this. This is all going to be underwater. Except for the top block. The top block will not be underwater, but everything else will be. So let's not spend too much time doing this. iPhone is inferior. I placed that bed down, didn't I? Yeah, I should have kept that bed on me. Now I gotta go run over there and get on it. There's probably a closer bed to me than going all the way back and checking that out. No, it's not. Easter eggs are like hidden Mickeys? Fact. Literally fact. I just tagged you in a TikTok. There was a guy who says when you're getting robbed on your way to Disney World. The guy literally it was of course edited for the record for people that can't get a joke. He just hit the dude and just kept driving, and then it was just like, welcome to Disney World. But he was getting robbed, okay? Are you making a river because of the slimes? No. I'm making, well, yes and no. I'm making the river here because because this world is completely. Let me give you the short backstory to this, Liam. This is a village, and this village will be surrounded by a river, which will then be surrounded by a big mountain. And the villagers inside this world think the only thing that exists is their singular village and just a river and a huge mountain, right? But there's a subplot to that. It turns out that the mountain and the river is artificially made and that the world is flat, just like real life. So, these villagers will be trapped in this place and not realize that the entire mountain is fake, which will be suspended by scaffolding made from the scaffolding block or made by scaffolding. It's like just, custom scaffolding. And that is how this is going to look. So that's how the world is. Eventually, one villager is going to come through and not get brainwashed from the thing, and he's going to escape, and he's going to, expose the world of being not a mountainous range, and it's actually truly flat. So that is the end goal of this. This is a super flat series. Like I said earlier on today's stream, which I just want to say because we are actually doing it. If I survive this live stream, this will be officially the longest survived hardcore Minecraft challenge I have ever done, ever. So if we survive today, this is the longest I've ever survived on a super flat world. Or I'm sorry. Well, it's the longest I've ever survived on a super flat world, yes. But I mean, this will be the longest I've ever survived in a hardcore world. That's what I meant to say. So I'm looking forward to surviving this stream, and then I can tell everyone that, hey, we survived pretty long. Now, I died on episode 14 last time. Live stream number 14. Doesn't mean that I'm going to guaranteed survive on this. But I do hope I do, and I really do hope I survive this episode. But I mean, like the other ones, I did have some long live streams. I did have long live streams on this too. We're going off by the live stream count, not the thing. We're at day 195 for the record. If people are like curious, we would have been if we did the classic YouTuber strat of saying I survived 100 days in my Minecraft world, I would have been done on day 50 because I would have slept half the nights. Gosh, I know it's a good solid point of stopping at like 100, but like surviving 100 days in Minecraft really isn't that hard to do. Like, I mean, I hate to say it is not that hard to do. Like, it's not like as hard as this as the thing. Beating the Ender Dragon is hard to do if you don't know what you're doing. beating the Ender Dragon is tough to do, and I'm scared to fight the Ender Dragon. I'm not denying that. I am definitely scared of fighting the Ender Dragon in this world. If I was playing a normal Minecraft world, beating the Ender Dragon, I would not be scared of at all. If I was in a hardcore world that I've already spent so much time on, like, I'm definitely scared of fighting the Ender Dragon. I am not trying to die. So, yeah, hopefully we don't die. But, you know, I'm not super, like, I'm not going to be, I'm not, like, so saying that that's the hardest challenge of all time. I'm sorry, YouTubers that are doing those series. Do whatever you make is fun, for the record. Don't listen to some YouTuber that's about to be Ungstat, or is Ungstat to some, tell you what to do. This game is creative, and you can do whatever to bling along you want. Okay? And if you've never done it before, it is definitely... If you haven't survived 100 days in a Minecraft world, like, just overall, then you're not playing your Minecraft worlds long enough, okay? You're not playing enough Minecraft. Alright, what we do need is we definitely need more stone. So, let's start smelting more stone down. Let's get it crafting here. Grab some more cobblestone for the fun of it, too, because we definitely need some. So, put some in there. Do I have any more coal just sitting around here? I don't think I do. I do have coal sitting... Sorry, I don't have coal in this world. We don't have any coal. We only have charcoal. So, let's top this off here. Good thing I started smelting some of that stuff. I'm not harvesting the crops in the stream. I'm about to have a brain aneurysm if I keep harvesting any more of these damn crops. But I will trade. I do need a trade to get some more emeralds with these dudes. And I do have a little bit of a supply to trade with. These bottom chests down here are my planter seeds. So I don't want to trade those at all. The bottom is planter. The top is to sell. I do also have other chests over there that are planter chests too. That's just if I ever want to do this entire field as wheat or potatoes or carrots or beetroots. I have all those things. So everything else that I have extras, I put in there and I smelt them down. That's specifically the seeds though, not the food, because the food I can sell. But this field takes 25 minutes to harvest and plant. So I'm not doing that today. Unless I like get so much stuff done on this that I'm not doing that. I am actually really digging this built out area. Even though that's not what I was going to do, I think I am going to continue to do this all the way around. And now that I'm doing that, I think I'm going to dig out the walls better so that I don't have to remove everything and make it flat and then come in here and customly design it. I think that's... Now that I'm doing this, I kind of like that idea. So we're going to do that. Am I a true Earth dimensioner? Yes. I'm a true Earth dimensioner. iPhones are just kind of all right, Cripsa says. Anyways, hi, getting set up for setting up a Wii right now. Shout out. We gotta get better batteries for the Wii remotes at some point. Easter eggs are like hidden Mickeys. Did you say real life or yes, real life. I did say that in real life. Yeah. The real Earth is flat. So if you die, then you won't stream. So if you die, then you won't stream again for 3 months. Liam, if I don't have another world going on, sorry, everybody. This is everybody. When I die in this world, which I hope I don't ever die in this world, I will definitely be taking a break from streaming, even if I'm doing other YouTube series. I promise you, that is a fact. If I die in a Minecraft world that I've been working on for so long, that everyone's been watching, there will definitely be a break. Yes, there will definitely be a break. I'm happy that you pointed that out because I didn't process that, but there will definitely be a break from YouTube. I mean, I will be taking a solid break. Now, I want to do other series. I'm not saying anything out loud. I'm not saying anything out loud. Zip key. There's other challenges that I want to do, and I've told you a few of them. But I don't think I'm not doing the survive only on Bedrock World flat challenge for a long time. I will not be doing that for a very long time. But eventually we will do that. I might do another Minecraft hardcore challenge that is something that I have not disclosed, and I'm not going to do Sky Bedrock. I kind of want to do a Minecraft challenge that is not limiting on resources. So, yeah, we're going to definitely be taking a break, though, if we do die. Like, because I am definitely going to need a mental break. This is probably the most stimulating I've played a game in a long time because I'm so challenged to doing things. I'm not sure when I will do a Minecraft world where I have all the resources in the world and available to me at any time. I don't have any ideas or plans of doing that. Every Minecraft series that I have thought in my head is involves a challenge of some sort of some way or another. So yeah. But yeah, if I die, I will be very upset and very depressed. So, not depressed, especially if I die on something stupid, I will be very depressed. Let me put it that way. If I die something on stupid, yeah, I will be very depressed. And if I die on something stupid, Liam, you might not see me for like longer than 3 months because I'm gonna be so mad at myself that I'm gonna be so mad at myself that I died. Like, for example, when I was doing stuff off stream, and if I had to come on here and say, "Hey, Fredlings, I died off stream and I wasn't recording, and I died of fall damage." If the world's flat, how do you die of fall damage in a world that is flat? Oh my god! Like, that was just like when I was at that half a heart. And if you're not know what I'm talking about, I made a video on it. I only have 3 of the videos. Any of the videos that are 0.5. Those are the filler episodes. Yeah, those are the filler episodes. So those are the ones that I do the brain dead monotonous stuff of planting down millions of seeds and harvesting them and trading with the villager. That is what I do off stream. That is what I'm going to only do off stream. I'm doing anything dangerous ever again. No, I'm not even going to even go up and look. I lowered that water tower over there, by the way, to a safer. If I do fall off of it now, I will not instantly die. That is a different height and different level. I also want to say shout out to myself and shout out to Shut Up Tyler. I wanted to say that now. Shout out Shut Up Tyler for helping me, but I will say this on stream. #employed. #employed. We are #employed. #employed. So I am so very thankful to Shut Up Tyler. So go make sure you go subscribe to him on YouTube. He's doing a massive food review series, and I'm not spoiling it. And I might be in the background of one of these videos here, but yeah, shout out to him. #employed. So yeah, I actually can't stay up to forever, and I can't do doing stupid things off stream. I actually have to go to bed, So if it wasn't for him, I might die off stream. But now that I'm a #employed, I can't really die off stream. Well, yeah, I can still definitely die off stream. That's definitely a possibility, but it's less likely. Okay, I believe we're pretty much set here on. No, I completely forgot that this was here. I don't know how I forgot that this was here. I need to fill this out with some blocks. So let's fill this out here. I think I'm going to take a break from the stone because I don't have a ton of stone. You weren't employed before? No, I was employed before, sure, yes, but like I was definitely employed before. That's a good question, Liam. That I didn't even think about that. Sorry. #full-time employed. That's what I meant to say. That is what I meant to say. #full-time employed. All right. That's looking good. I will have to start knocking out some of this over here so I can like work on the curvature on this side, which I could also do underwater. Like it's not impossible. It's not like something I can't do while doing underwater. It's just easier to do it while not underwater. But I think we're probably good. I think we're probably good on getting ready to start filling. I do want to do this though. You know, I actually do want to fill this in. Liam says the trees grew up. Yeah, the trees are the only way we're getting those charcoal blocks, which we're going to use for you know, smelting stuff. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to call the stone here because I'm running out of I don't want to. I mean, I still have some. Let's go grab the rest of the stone. It should be good. It should be good. Those trees really did grow fast, though, Liam. You're not wrong. Those trees did really grow fast. Dude, how is this not cooked by now? Like, they're not all fully cooked? Maybe my perception of Minecraft time is not going well. You know, let me grab some emeralds right now. Let's grab some free emeralds from these guys. You know what? I should just move this stuff. That's before I say I'm going to get emeralds. Slowly but surely, we'll move some of this food over here. Ideally, in this world, once I get an iron farm set up, I want to make a huge hopper system so that I could drop all my blocks in there, and it goes underground and starts filling up my chests. That would be so cool. Speaking of, I think the next live stream we do, if we survive today, Liam, is I think we're going to go and look at the other part of the world we have not. Because I really I kind of want to start progressing and start going to the nether. I feel like going to the nether is something that I do want to do in the relative soonish future, Minecraft. Please give me a dripstone, please, and stalagmite, please. I need stalagmite and dripstone, please. Waiting for a wandering trader to show up. But there is 1,000. We got, how many blocks are we at? We have about 8. We have about 1,800 blocks this direction that we have not got to. We have not explored anything over there. And I might not also go over there too, but I kind of want to look over there. But I'm waiting for these villagers, like a wandering trader, to show up and actually give me like stalagmite, and so that I can get more, so I can start getting the lava going, so I can actually, you know, get the bling blong out of this dimension. All right, this is the rest of my smooth stone that I do have. So maybe we'll make a little bit more stone over here before I call it, you know. But yes, yes, Liam, to answer your question, I was employed before. Yes, I was actually working. Now I don't have to work 7 to 8 different jobs. I don't have to work 7 or 8 different jobs anymore. I don't have to work 7 or 8 jobs anymore to sustain a living. Oh, it just feels so great. Oh my God. Now I'm still working 7 or 8 different jobs. Don't get me wrong. I'm working. I'm working 40 hours a week plus my other jobs because I don't want to be. You know, I'm trying to not work when I'm older. But like when I'm in my 70s, I'm not trying to work while I'm 7 years old. I'm not trying to work while I'm 80 years old. Okay. If I work at 70 and 80 years old, I want to do that by I want to do it, not because I have to work at that age. Alright, and over here, it's not as deep. So I'm just going to kind of roughly kind of get this kind of figured out here. This is definitely not as deep. I do want stone and stuff, but it probably will definitely be less stone over here than on the other side because, yeah, like I said, this is not as deep. And I'm gonna keep that in mind when I do the rest of this digging out process. That I keep in mind that I can just dig out this and save myself a bling long amount of time. Alright, I think I'm gonna stop designing from here. From here, just that's fine. No more Claude. Stop! Stop! And I might actually, instead of it being so flat here, now that I actually kind of have these now that I actually have like a design here, I can actually kind of like curve this out a little bit. Now, I'm not going to go as crazy as I did. We're not going to bedrock for the record. We're not going to bedrock all the way around because that is going to take an absolutely forever to do. But I'm going to start curving this in so that there is at least a curved thing and it's not just a straight flat line. And that would definitely look better. Alright, I think we're about to start filling this in. I think this is a thunderstorm. Could be wrong, but it looks like it's a thunderstorm because of how dark the game made it. Then you won't drown. How can you keep track of all your chests? What's in them? Well, that's a very good question, Liam. These chests, that's a good question for a lot of people that are asking. I'm not keeping a good track of them. That's a fact. That is not a good fact. That is a fact. So most of the chests along this river that is getting constructed, which we're going to take a look at before we fill in one final look. The chests near the river bed, are filled with shovels or dirt. And there we go. It is shovels and dirt and like just tools. So this is just kind of filled with that kind of stuff. I can actually take the iron out of here. But yeah, that's shovels and dirt. Shovels and dirt. Just trying to find an empty one so they can put some dirt in it. And then the chests that go inside, a little bit more inside, are not, of course, those items. Let's just grab some dirt and put that in there. Let's grab that as well. These chests that are along the village houses most likely deal with villager trading of some sort, by getting a ton of shovels from trading with them to try to get a diamond shovel that we still have not obtained. We definitely have, this guy might be able to give us a diamond shovel here soon, but I'm not really too worried. Oh, he does have some emeralds that we can trade left. Hold up. Let's try to see if we can pull a diamond shovel real quick. We need to get Tim. We got to rank him up one. Wait, no. No. Don't do that, Claude. That's stupid. He's a journeyman. A journeyman. What is this guy? This guy in here is a, what is he? This guy is an expert. Okay, we can get him to an emerald level. But we have one chance. And then if we keep ranking him, then we might get a better diamond pickaxe. But we already have a diamond pickaxe, so I'm not really too worried. All right, let's buy some more of this. I mean, the higher stuff we buy, the better stuff we can level them up with. But they still cost more emeralds, so we don't need more diamond hose. We really don't need any more diamond hose, but just trying to get all this stuff going so that we can progress this bad boy as quickly as possible. Then he'll reset his trades and try to rip us off again, blah blah blah. But I digress. But yeah, that's sort of how this is. This chest here, just from me remembering, this is our wandering trader chest. My wandering trader chest should always have 64 emeralds in here, even though we don't need it. And then I should have an emergency supply of emeralds in my chest, but I already used those emergency supply of emeralds for trading accidentally. I should probably put the emergency supply of emeralds in here for 30 emeralds, 32 emeralds. So if a wandering trader does show up, I can have something to trade with him with. But I do want, yeah, that's a good question, Liam. I definitely do want to make this is sort of my workshop area. I'm not a fan of how this is designed at all. So I definitely do want to change this up at some point. And every time I say I'm going to do that, I keep forgetting that I'm going to do that. But that's not a now thing. What we're going to do is we're going to grab all of our buckets, which we only really need 2 buckets for the record. We don't really need this many buckets on us, but I'm going to bring them with because I can. I have so many. I'm leaving a bucket of milk in one of these chests, and I should know which chest it is in. So if we do get hit by the witch again, we can, cure ourselves. I did get an ender pearl, too, off stream. We got 1 ender pearl. Off stream, but it was recorded. We're going to take one look at the world, and we're going to then fill it in with water, and then we can start letting out our fishes, and we can, progress. I feel like the last so long we have not progressed that it just feels like we're doing the same thing, which is what we are doing. There's a few things that I want to eat currently as I speak while we're sitting here. 1, I want to eat some mozzarella sticks that are really like fried mozzarella sticks. 2, I want to eat buttered popcorn from sponsored BCD Theaters. I want to have, those are the 2 things that I'm craving. Specifically deep fried mozzarella sticks right now. Not baked, not cooked, deep fried. Do I even need marinara sauce? No. That's how much I'm thinking of right now. All right, let's take a look. So this is where my island is going to be, and this is where my mega mansion is. And people are going to be like, Claude, why do you live in a mega mansion while everyone else lives in a little small town? Because it's my world. I can do what I want. I think that this river curve here is pretty good. This is not going down to the bedrock. It will be at that same height level. This will need to be flattened out like sort of what we did here. This looks beautiful, by the way. Coming in and adding that just a little bit of detail of those rivers. Beautiful detail. And then we can knock this out. We got to design this side of the wall, which I did put some stone in that chest and design these. But I'm filling the water out from here to there. I don't think I'm knocking this wall down. Maybe maybe I will knock that wall down, but I'm not going any, every time I say that, I'm not going to go any farther with filling the water in from here. It's going to be filled in from here all the way to here will be filled in with water. We're knocking these things out. And if people that are new to the Cheer It channel, what is this here? This is where slime spawn. So that's why the water's there. So slimes don't spawn. And that's why these rivers are strategically built in this location. This is not a slime chunk. That was just me building that in a bad spot because it's not even in a chunk border. As you see here, these are the chunks. I built it like in between 3 chunks. It was, or 4 chunks technically, so I wasn't really thinking when I did that, but it is what it is. But it's going to be gone here soon. So this is not a chunk. This is not a slime chunk. That's just me building wrong. These are all slimes can spawn in all these things. So once we fill this in with water, as you can see right here, there will be no more slime problems. This is also a slime chunk here too. I didn't fill that in with water, but I didn't realize that was the slime chunk. I thought the slime chunks were here. They were moving over. But apparently this, and I think here is a slime chunk. Slime chunks. Then there's slime chunks over here as well, too. So these are going to be some long-term problems. But I'm trying to keep that way. Zach Daily Games said, this is also a slime chunk here, and this is also a slime chunk. Zach Daily Games came up with a great idea for us to just put carpets down. Carpets do to prevent things from spawning. So that's what we're going to do here eventually. But this is the tallest thing in our world. Well, other than our XP farm, which is built all the way over there. That is the tallest thing in our world, is that. All right, we're going to get over here and we're going to start working on chopping some of this stuff down and making this unflat and getting this filled in. And it's going to look so cool and it's going to look so epic. And then you could type in chat, I was here. We're going to get rid of this pillar. We're going to kind of make this unflattish. And I want to take a look skis here and see where we're going. Okay. So I guess the first thing that we should do is probably get rid of this. Maybe we should get rid of the floating stuff and then fill it in. I think it would be cooler to do it that way. But that could also be a very big problem. So I'm going to pass on that because the slimes could start spawning in and then start ruining the day. Blah, blah, blah. And just like that, we have begun. We're filled it in. Let me get rid of these buckets while we're here. And now, we have progressed. First row. Well, it's not even the first row, but it is a good start, right? And for people that don't know how Minecraft water works is you see it's all turning in. You see how they're all growing? These are all permanent water source blocks, which would be a pain in the bling long to get rid of. So there is no easy way to undo this. This is a pretty much a permanent fixture for the all time. This is we're locking this in right now. There's no undoing this. The only way to undo this is to grab all the water by hand with a bucket, which is not as easy as you'd think it would be, or two is to fill it in with an easier block to get rid of, like sand or gravel, which we have access to 0 of them. But this is definitely going to make my mentalness feel so much better than once we get this finished here. You can see them slowly but turning, all into full water source blocks. Oh, I feel so happy. I feel accomplished. I feel proud. I feel like just, yeah, let's go, man. Am I making a moat? No. But it pretty much is a moat, though. It pretty much is a moat. It's going to eventually be surrounded by a mountain. The mountains will begin, the artificial fake mountains will begin quite shortly after this. This will all be built up from here. There might be a few flat spots with some trees sitting in there. There will be a few trees sitting in there. But it will be slowly but surely going up at that point. But I do want more blocks, though, than just these to start building the mountains. I mean, all I really need is these few blocks that I do have. But I definitely would want to have more than just these 3. But, hey, it is what it is. We're going to figure it out. But it's slowly going to go up. It's going to look so much better. The only problem is these damn slimes are starting to annoy the bling blong on it. You don't imagine how bad that would be if I just knocked this down and then the slimes were just jumping on me the whole time. I'm happy that I did not do it that way because, yeah, that could have been bad. Just annoying. It still can be bad. Because these slimes can move pretty... I mean, they can't move great in the water, but... Look at that! Look at that! We got it filled in! Should I just leave it at that short wet level? No, bruh. No, bruh. But that looks good. It does look good. Oh, I can actually put a boat down and I can actually just sail around here. I can move quicker. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go grab my boat. I do want that all to be water source blocks. Putting the water source is in a certain way makes them all source blocks, which is what the reason why I wanted this so big is so I can fish anywhere in here. But to have it fished is to have it this dimension. So it has to be this dimension, which is a minimum from the bobber, 5 by 5 by 4, filled in with water source blocks from the bobber, 4 deep for the record. So this is anywhere in this area is fishable. This over there, those shallower parts, that is unfishable. Well, I mean, it is fishable, sure, but it's not fishable in terms of the way that I want it. I want to be able to get loot from this. I can fish in the water and I can get mending books. I can get better tools. I can get armor. I can get books. Which doesn't matter because I can technically trade for all those items, sure. But, I mean, I still want to have the ability to pull something fun out the water if I say, well, we're just going to fish all stream. Instead of me just literally pulling fish. Welcome to the stream, Sith Lord. Thank you for coming on out. So yeah, if I throw my bobber over here or even close to this, this is unfishable zone. So I mean, for getting loot. All right, there's gonna be a few outliers of the water. There's gonna be a few. It's okay. Don't worry, guys. We can fill those in. It's not the end of the world. Just want to make sure that we fill them in before we start going to the next level, because it's going to be impossible to find those. So we're just going to go all the way around and make sure that we can find them all before we go. Just take a quick look. Like, it's not going to be the end of the world if we do miss one, but I do want to make sure that I find most of them if I can. That wasn't a missed one, but I put it there just in case. Just like that, we have a livable land. All right, next level, shall we go? Welcome to the stream, Sith Lord. Well, you never know what will happen, but save your money so now you won't. Now, so you won't have to work then. Correct. That is the exact same reason. So I'm very thankful. Shout out to Tyler. I'm hashtag employed, full-time job, full-time benefits, full-time. As long as I show up every day from 8 to 4:30 every single day, Monday through Friday. No weekends, rarely overtime. I really don't have to work any of my other jobs. But I am still going to work my other jobs because my whole point is, like, you know, to like make as much money as I possibly can now while I do have the health and everything. And I have no children, and I have no wife, I have no stuff. Definitely trying to get that through. All right, here's one of the problems is when we do this thing and I don't have this fully encompassed. What do you mean by encompassed, Claude? Now, I will have to place water on here to get those to go to the next block level, or I can fill this in with dirt at the time. I'm not sure what I want to do. I guess right now I'm going to fill it in with dirt, even though, like, I don't want to, but I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. Screw it. It's not that big of a dirt wall to, like, get rid of. Okay. All right, there we go. Boom. We're getting to the next level. Unfortunately, how the boat works is that somebody said on the stream, and I always thought it that way too. I thought the boat would push up, but the boat actually sinks. I didn't know Minecraft even had the ability to make that kind of logic. So that boat is sunk-ed. So there's not really a point of me putting the boat back down until I figure out how I kind of want this to work. But is that a dam? No. This was actually our first Minecraft lake/pond. It technically would be a pond based on the size. But considering that the world is so small, this is technically would be the ocean. Technically, right? Technically the ocean. Technically. But now that we have this, which is going to be which we're not the permanent name, but Lake Chad. This will eventually be called the lake. Maybe we'll call it ocean. Maybe we'll call it the ocean because it's so big. But this is the original little world. So we have some fish in there, which we got from a wandering trader. We have some sea pickles that we got from the wandering trader. We have a bunch of coral too. So maybe we will make that as well. You know, maybe we will define this as the ocean, because technically this is the biggest spot in the world, huh? And maybe that one spot in my world over there, maybe we'll make that a pond or actually call that the lake, because it actually, you know, You know, I don't know. There's so many things. Like, this is not, we're not traditionally listed to whatever traditional life is, and we're not traditional Minecraft is. We can literally do whatever we want because what's left in this world is, it's a super flat. We're making this unsupered flat, unflatted. So, by the way, Sith Lord, I don't know if you were waiting for me to get on or whatnot. Just at me. If you're waiting for me to get on, just at me and I'll try to get back to you as quickly as I can in the general chat. But yeah, yesterday I don't think I said I was gonna get on. Maybe I did. I had work and then I went to another job to do something, and I was just mentally cooked. I mean, I went to bed. I fell asleep at about midnight, but I mentally could not do anything past I mentally couldn't do anything past like 8 o'clock. I was freaking uncooked. That goes for anybody. If you guys are like, hey, Claude, are you jumping on Discord tonight? Just send me a message and I'll at you when we get on, or when I get on. Let me catch up on all the comments. How do you keep track of the chest? The crack in the window is this crack in the sky. Are you talking about in this world? A staircase to darkness into the blind of the eye. Yellow. Hi, Sith. Hi, Liam. Might be made extra spicy tacos today, Sith Lord says. Speaking of extra spicy, we actually have 2 wandering traders that we can... not wandering traders, unfortunately. I'm looking for wandering traders. But we have 2 llamas that we have... that can be turned into different colors. And the ones that did die, we did replenish off stream, which also did die off stream if you watch that video. And I think if you watch off video, you also know that I replaced them as well. So we have 2 that can be fixed. There is tacos, and I could make them extra spicy, but I think I'm just going to keep them kind of basic, unfortunately. There's also hamburgers in the fridge. You know, I'm going to leave this hole here. You see how long it takes to dig underwater? It takes a long time. So that's why I don't want to... That's why I wanted to lock this in. This is going to take forever for me to remove blocks. Or I got to remove the water. It's not going to be easy to do either of them. How's North Carolina better than South Carolina? The only good answer. But it's kind of hot. The tacos or the heat outside. So yesterday was beautiful outside, 70 degrees. And then it turned to... yeah, yesterday was 70-something degrees. And then today it felt 21 with the wind chill. Isn't that crazy? 21 with the wind chill. That's so just sad. All right, I think we're pretty much filled with the water. We're going to go take a check and make sure that there's not any outliers. You know what I was thinking too, now that I think about it? I mean, we're not locked in with this because the water doesn't go any farther than that. I could just make, in theory, this all go to bedrock in the middle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this could be smally bedrocked in the middle. You wouldn't be able to fish in it, but it would make it look different. You know, I will actually think about that. I will actually think about that because that's actually would make this look a lot nicer because then you would have like this a nice smooth this because I'm liking this. It would take a very long time to remove some of these blocks. though. Like it's not gonna be easy once I fill this in with the water here. Unless I get Aqua Infinity Helmet, but I'm not putting any more water from here, so I will deal with working underwater with that. I will deal with it if I do decide to go that route. I will deal with it, but I'm not going any farther until I figure out what I want to do. I just wanted to get this filled in because I'm like almost there. Make sure there's no outliers. Just remember, there is... Hold on. All right. We're going to stop and we're going to read some comments here before we go to the next level. Just remember, there's more to do in North Carolina. The mountains in North Carolina, and if you are in Raleigh, Comic-Con is fun, but not as much as South Carolina. The only thing is Myrtle Beach and Charleston O and Buc-ee's. The River of Fred. See, this is why we keep leaving them around. South Carolina has some beaches and mountains too. Myrtle Beach is basically full of half shells, and Charleston is okay. What does llamas have to do with extra spicy? Because he can change the colors. He's been choosing all the colors for the llamas. But known North Carolina beaches are protected by the barrier islands. You visit wild horses on one of them, and the islands in North Carolina. What about Columbia? It's not called the Windy City for no reason. Like North Carolina, it is. You're just fine in the middle. Florida State Capitol isn't in the middle. The only reason North Carolina goes south is for fireworks. But South Carolina, it's totally legal there. And Myrtle Beach. Man, you must have some beef with Myrtle Beach or something, because you were harping on Myrtle Beach, man. Did Myrtle Beach do something to you, bruh? Like, it's just Myrtle Beach. Like, did something... Dang. Sounds like he beefing with Myrtle Beach. What about Indiana Beach? Liam, have you been to Indiana Beach? Liam's been everywhere. Have you been to Indiana Beach? I've never been at all, and I've worked in Indiana for 4 years. Indiana Beach is like, I think it's in Monticello. I should bring up the theme song. You know, after the music's done playing, I think I'm going to bring up the theme song. You know, I'm going to bring up the theme song, which is probably copyrighted, but I don't know why they would block you because it's free advertisement to them. It goes something like, the best place in Americana, the best place in Texarkana is Indiana Beach. It's like something like that. There's more than just corn in Indiana. It's the best place in America, Texarkana. Come visit Indiana Beach. It's something, it rhymes so good too. There's more than just corn in Indiana. There's the best place in Americana. It's Indiana Beach. Something like that. It's like so, like... It's so extra, bruh. But it's so funny too. I love it. It's like... It's a beautiful song. Beautiful song. I've never been there. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to knock this out. Because clearly, as you see here, this is starting to get cut off. And I'm not trying to do more work later. I'm trying to do less work now. Try to do more work now, less work later. That's what I meant to say. So we're going to knock these out and work on these now. Now, this could be a big cluster. And I'm sure it will be. But got to get rid of it. It's done its purpose. It's done its duty. It's done its business. It's done its... It's very thankful. I'm very thankful for this. But it is time for you to go. Thank you for all the fun saves. I almost died right here. If you guys watched the first live stream, I almost died right there. Which is now turned into a water. Slimes can climb up water, so keep that in mind. Well, like North Carolina, you're in the middle of the tourist destination with hot and farms, including the state capital. Sith Lord be beefing with South, man. Holy crap. Really be beefing. It's like North Carolina if you are in the middle of a... Oh, I already read that. Florida state... I already read that too. Multiple sunburns. Each year with sunblock. Of course, I'm going to be beefing with Myrtle Beach. that is a legitimate reason. That's a legitimate reason to be beefing about Myrtle Beach. Sounds like it. Didn't they make a cop shows at Myrtle Beach? I feel like Myrtle Beach is like a cop show after it. Indiana beaches don't exist. Yeah, oh, by the way, Indiana Beach is literally like off of a river, and it's not even, well, of course it's not a lake, but it's at least not a lake. It's on a river. Yeah, it's very yeah. It's called Lakefront. It's a water world. Well, Indiana Beach is like a kind of like Blackpool Pleasure Beach. It's a theme park. It's pretty much a theme park. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. It's a theme park beach. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. I've never been there. It's like a boardwalk with rides on it. It's a boardwalk with rides on it. The Indiana Beach has been around over for 100 years. Like, I don't know. It'd be like the equivalent of like going to Jaws. You know, like how in Jaws there was like they were on the island or whatever, but you know, like there was a few things to do. There's a few things to do, but I mean, it's like maybe 100 years ago it would be cool to go to. Maybe 50 years ago it would be cool to go to, but nowadays with all the IPA and stuff like that, I think most people wouldn't be into it. But there's people go. Enough people go to have them be sponsored. Still, enough people go to worth them putting thousands of dollars in sponsorships. I'm not going to say hundreds of thousands of dollars, but enough money into sponsorships to make it worthwhile. Jaws? Don't be telling me you've never seen the movie Jaws before. This is even more broad than Sith Lord saying Lilo and Stitch was in his top 10 Disney movies of all time. That was a very controversial take. Lilo and Stitch in top 5 Disney movies of all time? You know, like how in Jaws, every summer everyone comes to this beach to go into the beach, and there's a few things to do there. They got the little arcades, they have the water, they have a few rides, which are probably not depicted in the show, the movie, but I thought I remember seeing them have like not a roller coaster, but like flat rides. But you know, like that's why people come there. It's not like they're coming there to watch like Disney World and stuff. They're not coming there year round. They're going to this Indiana Beach once a year in the summer to go on some rides and call it a day. It's in the middle of nowhere. People would not like, just like in Jaws, they only come to this place to go to this place and they leave. It really isn't anything else other than that. Now, by the way, I looked it up. I think Indiana Beach is open on the weekends, which is crazy, all year round. So they still are, doing stuff. I didn't know that. But I think I looked it up and I think that's what it was. Unless it was only open on Black Friday. The best place in America is in Indiana Beach. They have a motorcycle Ferris wheel every year. Jaws and Gator. I thought you were naming the amusement park named Jaws. No. My bad. I didn't know there was an amusement park called Jaws either. Speaking of, I've had this water laid down on this grass for so long. Why is it not turned back into dirt? I actually don't know. Oh, because it's not a full water source block, maybe? If a gator, if a gator can swim in the water with no problem, it's freshwater because it cannot be a beach. If they can't, then it. Wait. What? What the hell is you're saying? I'm not gonna even quote you because that doesn't make sense. If a gator can swim in the water with no problem, then it's freshwater and can't be a beach. If they can't swim, I'll call it a beach. Okay. Streamlabs had a lot to say. I thought you were talking about Jaws movies. No. Well, there are rides in Orlando, including water worlds. Yeah, but I mean, like, Florida, Orlando, and Indiana are not the same. They're not the same. Like, like Indiana, they can get a ton of snow. And it's terrible. Like, I don't think that spot gets as much snow as everything else, but I mean, it could get pretty bad out there. That's what I think it's funny. That's why I think that this is such a cool thing, is because of just how it is. It's just like the name, like this. That's why it's interesting. That's why it is. Maybe should we do a vlog? Claude goes to Indiana Beach. That's 4.5 hours, 5.5 hours away from his house in the middle of nowhere, Indiana, which includes the time zone change in that. I think it's in Monticello. Maybe Liam has been to it. Or drove near it. But there's no expressways. Like, it's like in nowhere land. Indiana may have 2 NFL franchises. I hope so, man. I hope so. My uncle, who's a diehard Bears fan, actually said that to me the other day through email. Well, not the other day, but in like February. I hope so, man. I really hope so. I drive by the Bears location I think I drive by that Bears location since they announced the change, and we picked it on live stream. For the record, we picked it on live stream before they did. They should give me some money for that. They should give me a seat. By the way, we do have hostile mobs turned off. That's why you can't hear the slimes. Slimes are technically like well, they are hostile mobs, but they can't deal damage if they're in a small form. How are there slimes here? Liam says. Well, there's a slime chunk over there somewhere, and the slimes keep swimming over here, and they're annoying me. We're getting rid of the slime chunk here, which they're not spawning on, but they're coming over here, and they're pathfinding, and that's how there's so many damn slimes. The only way to get rid of these slimes is for me to run really far away, all the way over there, and then come back. But you see how they're spawning? Like, they just keep spawning. Like, this is a forever problem. Until we build our mountain. Once we build our mountain, it will be not as much of a problem. At least I'm getting definite uses out of those iron shovels and stuff. Sorry, not iron shovels. Those stone shovels. I'm going to try to get a diamond shovel. I did have some iron shovels, but I used a bunch of them. There's a few left. There are a few outliers. Okay. We don't have any more emeralds. Did a wandering trader spawn by any chance? I want to look. The wandering traders have pretty much all spawned here, except for the one spot where he got instantly killed, and I never got to actually interact with him. But they have all spawned like right there, or have went and stood right there. So I don't want to miss him if he does show up. We're going to dump these blocks in here because I don't want to lose those fences. Those fences are kind of expensive considering every piece of wood in this world was acquired from a tree. Except for the original house, which we rebuilt there. Were they watching your live stream? They probably were, honestly. Did you know Samuel L. Jackson has 4 skins in Fortnite? I did not know he had 4 skins. You can have the squad of Bling Blongs. Okay, let's bring up the Indiana Beach thing. Screw it. Screw it, we're bringing it up. We get copyrighted strikes. I haven't got a copyright strike in like 4 or 5 years. I'm looking for it. But why would I get copyright strike? This is an advertisement. An advertisement is not like now, like I don't think that would be. All right, let's bring it up, guys. Oh my god, my screen capture's on the wrong screen. Oh my gosh. Why is it not displaying? Here we go.
Now listen up. This is Indiana. This is corn. And this is Indiana Beach.
More than corn in Indiana and right within your reach. It's Indiana Beach.
Save up to $8 on summer fun with discount coupons at all Hooks drugstores. For more information, call 219-583-4141.
At Indiana Beach.
Indiana Beach on beautiful Lake Shafer, Monticello, Indiana, proving once again there is more than corn in Indiana. Any questions?
Any questions? He asked, is there any questions? Oh my god. Oh my god. Sorry it was loud. I didn't realize it was going to be that loud. You have Pulp Fiction, Nick Fury, Mace, Windy, and Frozone. Wait, oh my god, I forgot Frozone is him. Corn in Indiana, Liam says? I didn't know that. Oh my god, you gotta live stream this. You cannot do this all off stream because I was going brain dead when I was doing some of this. Oh my god. When I was digging out some of this stuff, I was going brain dead. I'm going brain dead now, doing repetitive tasks. Oh my god, some of the stupidest things can be so funny when you're doing like repetitive, boring, brain dead tasks. Oh my god. Imagine what the world was like when we were Well, Neanderthals was their own species for people if you didn't know, but when we were living around Neanderthal times with the Neanderthals. Imagine what the world was. Wake up, eat, try not to die at nighttime, try not to die during the daytime as well. Eat, drink water, repeat. Eat, drink water, repeat. Eat, drink water, repeat. Eat, drink water, repeat. Hopefully you don't die. Hopefully you don't die. Repetitive brain dead tasks that need to be done or you'll be done. Does this need to be done? No, but I think I might. The brain deadness of it is funny. Disney is going to own Fortnite. Doesn't Disney already own Fortnite? No, for real though. Doesn't Disney already own Fortnite though? I'm pretty sure they do. I'm pretty sure they do. If not, they own. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do, Liam. I think that's the reason why we're getting all the Disney. There's definitely. I'm pretty sure Disney does own Fortnite. Sith Lord can fact check. Sith Lord's pretty good at fact checking when you're wrong. Oh, you know what? My favorite TikTok of all time. My favorite TikTok of all time was the queso thing that I tagged Liam in. It was him. It was a queso as a substitute teacher, and it's just the door, and it just has an echo sound effect, and it's him streaming. He goes, "Every time I ask you for a question, or every time no, he goes, every time I don't ask for an answer, you guys are saying everything in the chat. But when I ask for a question and I need an answer, everyone's silent and doesn't know shit." Oh my god, and it was just a sound effect. This is Queso's first day as a substitute. Oh my god. It's like so true though. It is so true. As a streaming for nearly 7 years, if not long, 6 or 7 years. I think it was 7 going on 8. For a very long time, not just on this channel. I mean, I've been doing this since I was a kid, but I mean consistently. I'm going to say 6 or 7 years. But look at how fast they move in the water. They move so... I know they spawn in the swamps, okay? But, you know, they move really fast. They move faster than just the dirt. But, yeah, that was one of like one of the funniest TikToks I've seen in, like, just so great. I was about to say that no, they do not own Fortnite. Disney owns a piece of Epic Games. Really? Liam then adds, but ask ABC and ESPN what happens to Disney when Disney owns a piece. You're correct. Yeah. Disney doesn't just own a piece. What's his face? Didn't what's his face step down? Bob Eisner again? Which, of course, imagine being such an important person that you'll come out of retirement to run a company. Like multiple times. I think this is his 3rd time doing it, right? Or 2nd time doing it. Still, it's 3rd time. Like, you are that important. It's like asking, like, that's like with Tom Brady. Tom Brady played in that Saudi Arabia flag football game yesterday. 2 flag football games. Getting Tom Brady to be in it and giving him millions of dollars to do it for one day, you know, that just draws attention. And they're like, oh no, Tom Brady can't play in the NFL anymore because he's a part-time owner of the... You know, if Tom Brady wanted to play again in the NFL, he could. Like, there's nothing limiting to Tom Brady to playing football ever again. Like, other than himself and his age... Like, if he wants to come back to next year and play football, I can guarantee you he will have a spot in any NFL roster. Any NFL roster would just drop people to get him on a team. I promise you. Even the premier teams, the good teams, would probably drop somebody. If he was reasonable price, I guarantee you they would. He would be. But, you know, does Tom Brady want to go play for the Cleveland Browns? No. Does Tom Brady want to play for the Jets? No. Does Tom Brady want to play for the Raiders, the team that he owns? No. But you can't because he's a part-time owner of the Raiders. Brother, I promise you, there is nothing limiting that. I promise you that. I promise you. They would change a rule if there is a rule. I promise you. But, because Catherine ruined Star Wars... Yeah, isn't it crazy? He just just imagine being that important of a person. Like, you retire and they're going to give you so much money to come back. That's the same thing with Tom Brady. Like I was saying with the flag football, they're giving him so much money. He's so important to be a part of this flag football league thing, which for 2 games, by the way, he's not playing in a series. He's not playing in a long-term event. He's playing in just 2 games, which are over. That they're going to give him hundreds of $1 million to play for 2 games for like 4 hours. Like, come on. Like, you're that important to get hundreds of millions of dollars or like tens of millions of dollars to play for like 4 hours. That's how important you are. But the Saudis also have a ton of money. Liam says flag football sucks. Now here is a controversial take that people are going to get upset with me, and I don't care. Cancel me. Flag football and football should be separate and different entities. What do I say? Football should be reserved for boys and girls. If women and girls are good enough to play football, they should be able to play football. Real contact tackle football. Flag football should be reserved for women and girls only. Flag football should be reserved for women and girls only unless it is a rec league. You should not be having professional leagues for men with flag football. No. Boys could play football until maybe they're 8 years old. Sure. 10 years old. Sure. 12 years old. Sure. But once you become a high school adult or once you become a freshman in high school, there is no more flag football for boys or men until you play rec flag football with your guys at 40 years old or 30 years old. Flag football should be reserved to a premium women and girls only. That's my thought. That's my opinion. And the reason why is why are we going to water down football? Flag football should be reserved for girls, and because this is their own thing. This is their own identity. This has been their own thing. This is their own identity that they built for hundreds. They couldn't play football. They had to go make flag football because they weren't allowed to play on the football team. They're not allowed to play on the football team for generations. They couldn't allow. Now they get their own flag football league. They grow it to be something else, and then boom, swoop in. The guys get to come in here and they make their own thing. 7-on-7. No. That should not be, flag football should not be a league. You can play with your boys in the backyard. I don't care. I'm not limiting flag football to be played recreationally, but it should not be a league. It should not be sponsored by anything for men or boys after you hit high school age. If you can't play football, you can't play football. Like, I'm sorry. If you're not big enough to play football, you're not small enough to play football, you just can't play. It is what it is, man. We're not, in this life, we're not all made equal. The one thing that we have been lied to. Oh man, I'm getting controversial here on the stream. We are not all born equal, okay? Some people are born more equal than others. Like, that's a fact. Let them have what they have. Let us have what we have. And I think girls and women should have flag football. That should be their own league. That should be on TV. That should be a primetime thing. But mixing it with the boys and the men, like, it's just not fun. Like, it's fun to watch because women have been neglected for years, decades, to having a premier football league other than bikini league. Like, come on. Like, no, women are more than just bikini league football. No, that's just disrespectful, honestly. And the bikini league flopped multiple times. So like, it is definitely more valuable than just that. So that's my rant of the stream. One of many. All right, now it's time to finally place the water back in. We're just going to go from where we left off. We're not going to do this side. We're not switching it up. Tag football is better than flag football. Yeah, I think if you're playing with your boys recreationally, tag is definitely better than flag for sure. But people like to lie because football is one of those sports where you have so many people that want to play. People will lie about getting tagged and stuff like that. So that's why I think that's why flag is there. So you can't lie about being tagged. You got to pick the flag up and show the referee. By the way, Illinois had its second flag football championship this year for girls. Official flag football championship. There was a Catholic League only championship. And then there was a private league years later. But now, like, official sanctioned by the state. This was the second year. And it was awesome. Chicago Bears put a lot of things behind it. Speaking of, I will tell you this story that I was never able to say before. I will go more in depth if you guys are curious, but not right now. I'm not trying to speak about this story right now because I'm kind of mentally kind of wrapping up this. So, but just remind me, I actually met George McCaskey twice. Sorry, no. George McCaskey once. I thought I met him a second time, but I only met him once. And I actually had a conversation with him, and I didn't know he was the owner of the Bears. Isn't that funny? But I'll tell you more about that another day. Just remind me. I actually met the owner of the Bears, and he was at a flag football thing. He was at the state championship. He's one of the only people that were supporting the business, which is funny because you assume other people would want to support it, but nobody wants to support girls flag football, and that's another reason why I like the Bears. Even though I'm not a Bears fan, I do madly respect that. Madly respect that. Shout out. And if the Bears move to one of the locations that I built at, I'm buying a Bears jersey and or outfit. I promise you, I said that. If they move to one of the locations that I built, I'm buying it. Even though I am not a Bears fan, I will buy a merchandise. It's kind of hard to tell if some of these underwater things were filled in or not, but yeah, my brain is definitely wrapping up here, so I don't think I'm going to go too crazy. What if a male is the same body mass as me, where I'm 6'2", 6'3", and lightweight, and I weigh 140 pounds? Oh, here is a thing for you, Sith Lord. I want to tell you this. There is a league that is, it's not new, by the way. It's not new. It's newish. But there's a league called Sprint Football. It plays the exact same time frame as American football in college. It is a college football league. It's Sprint Football. The maximum weight that you can be is 185 pounds. It is men, because it's college, it's not high school. It is men that weigh 185 pounds max and less. It's kind of like wrestling. It's kind of like that because you have to cut weight if you're not the thing. If you're on the day of and you weigh 185 pounds, 0.1, you are not allowed to play football. You have to be 180 pounds and less. Because there's like you. There's skinny, tall dudes. But there's this league. Look it up. It's called Sprint Football. Sprint Football. It's college. It's college university. But I think there's a lot. I think there's even stuff on the East Coast. Go take a look. You're still eligible. You haven't used your eligibility, right, Sith Lord? You should still have 5. I think Sith Lord's 21. Sith Lord has technically, I think, 7 years of eligibility left because he got robbed of eligibility because of COVID. He wasn't allowed to play sports. But that was a good question. Yes. But you can also play normal football. 22? Yeah, you have 7 years or 8 years of eligibility left. That's what I was saying on stream. I'm about to be 28 years old in May. That's when you know you're old. When you know you're old when you say, I'm about to be, and now you don't just say your age. That's when you know you're old. But, there's people that are playing like 8 or 9 years of football. And I haven't used any eligibility. I also have never played an organized sport in my life, and I'm not that athletically talented. But I might just go, use my eligibility and just finesse out, another degree. Just be a guy that sits on the back of the bench. Steal a spot from somebody. Oh, that's so rude. I think stealing spots from people is rude too. But, you could do that. I always wanted to play football, organized football. But I'm also old enough that I don't want to get cracked over. One of the funniest things, it's not funny. It's actually legit. There's the guy that had eligibility because he went to school in the 80s. And I think he's 65 or something, maybe 60. He's playing as a kicker, or he played as a kicker, and he used up his last year of eligibility, like 40 years after he didn't use the 1 year. So you still have eligibility. There's not a limitation. Now, you are limited to, is the coach going to put you on the team? Is the manager going to put you on the team? Sure. but you technically legally have a right to play. So if you high school doesn't count, only college and university. So you can. And with the new rules with the not using eligibility in college, which is stupid by the way, at JUCO. If you go to JUCO, apparently that doesn't use up your eligibility, so you can in theory have people playing. Well, you do have people playing like this because the NCAA is a little weird because you can have people that are just consistently in college, and what you're going to see now, you're going to have consistently in college. You're going to see from here, and you already are seeing it. You're going to have people that are consistently 26 years old playing in college still. What's the point of going to the NFL when you can get millions of dollars in college? Literally, the competition is not the same as the NFL. Even the shittiest NFL teams can beat the best college football teams. Out of 100 times, I'm going to say 95% of the times, college football teams will lose to an NFL team. But you're going to consistently see it now. You're going to consistently see players that are going to be playing into 26, 27 years, 8 years old, which is what I am. I'm 27 right now. I've never played a sport in my life, but, you know, I could go be a third string backup on a football team. I might get one playing minute a year, right? But, you know, I could in theory get a degree for free or limited cost. And if I am which I don't think I would be that good for the record, but I could make money off of it too, in theory, you know? Would I become a Bears fan if the Bears? I would only become a fan if they switched the name and their IP. So if they actually did switch it to the Hammond Bears, or if they actually did switch it to the Gary Bears. But they're not going to switch it because that is stupid, and there are many teams in the NFL and in baseball, as you and Sithler know, and big brain people know. You know, you don't... There are many teams that do not, live in the city that they say they live in. Okay, I kind of want to... Okay, let's take a look, shall we? Ta-da! No. Are they spawning in the water? Did we just not go far enough? I think we didn't go far enough away. Look at this. Now we have Lake Chad. Or what Liam said, I think, earlier, the River of Fred. Or we can call this the Fred River. Fred Lake. Something. We're going to think of something like that. The River of Fred, I think, is what we're going to call everything around it. Then we'll call this Fred's Lake. Lake Fred. Lake Fred, and then it goes off in the rivers. Doesn't that look awesome? And then you can see the Easter egg right there. You can see it right here. Look at this. Only you guys can see. You can see it's L for Liam, C for Cripsa. Okay. Now we're gonna get rid of... Look at here are our fishies. We have 4 fishies. We're gonna knock this down. Oh, we can actually hit all these easily without going underwater. We're gonna knock this down, and we're gonna let the fishies go. We're gonna let the fishies roam free. They can go into a huge spot. Look, they're already going. Have fun, fishies. Have fun, fish. Speaking of, now that we have this place so opened up, I do have coral. I have a few corals in this game. I do have a few corals in this game, but maybe we'll make a little, maybe in the middle, we'll, even though I didn't want an island, there's more than enough room there. Maybe we'll make a little coral course. Well, maybe we'll call that the Ocean of Fred, because like I said, This is technically, in this world, that is the largest body of water, which then can split off into these little things. We probably won't have any ponds, but we'll probably make that a lake over there. And you'd be like, Claude, it's not that big to make a lake. I'll show you that later. But yeah, but remember, this is the super flat world. It literally is no lakes in this world. It literally is just, this is literally it. So you can't get mad at me. But coral. Oh my God, I'm so funny. I played football, soccer in high school. Really? I did not know this. This is very interesting. This is very valuable knowledge. The only thing that I played was camera guy. I played camera guy. And I wasn't allowed to play camera guy until senior year of high school, by the way. Because in high school, you were limited to, the class was only limited to seniors. By the way, people that are asking the question, which no, I don't see anybody typing, where did you get the sugarcane from? A winery trader showed up with 8 and I bought it. Go check out my video. Like I said. So I've been slowly but surely grabbing all this sugarcane. And there we go. Look at our fish. They're already swimming out there. They have so much to do. This is probably way more environmentally friendly than what we had before. Okay, speaking of, like I said, I did want to fill out this area here with some dirt. I'm not going to do any digging because the digging is going to take too long because it's underwater and I don't have respiration or aqua affinity, blah, 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 blah. So we're just going to kind of fill this out with dirt. And Claude, you can put stone. No, we're just filling it out with dirt and you're just going to have to deal with it because it's going to be fine. It's going to all be fine. If I ever get rich enough and I get aqua infinity and trade and blah, 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 we'll come back and maybe change it later on. But for now, it is going to be this. You see how slow it takes to delete stuff? So it'll be fine, guys. But we did give ourselves a new hazard. We can technically drown. But look at that. Oh my God, look at this. This just looks so beautiful. Oh my God. And I do have coral. Speaking of, even though this is a super flat world, I should be thankful that Enderman put down a block. But it is very annoying when there's one single flat block over here. My OCD is actually kind of kicking that out. All right, I think we're going to end the stream here soon. I think we're ending the stream here. The bare necessities. Okay, we need another chest so we can just start dumping in dirt. And I do have sugar cane. Oh my God, look at how much faster we can get around. Ready? But Claude, you can use chestbow to get around. You are correct. Congratulations. But I'm not trying to use damn chest boat every damn time, okay, y'all? Chill. You know, it's easier when you put a boat down and the boat doesn't walk away from you. Just leave the boat there and it ain't gonna move. All right, we're gonna take a look from the... you know, I never will understand how you get glitched on those boats, but... Yeah, I think I'm going to be ending this very shortly. My dad played baseball in high school and then went to play baseball in college for a year and then dropped out. See, your dad has 3 years of eligibility left. If he ever wants to get back in it, you know. Shout out to the NCAA for making some of these loopholes. Like I said, he's not going to be probably put on the same team he was. You might have to go play at some school in the middle of nowhere if he was good enough, you know. But you still have the opportunity too. There's no limitation. That's what I was thinking. Is like maybe I just go back to school and just play a crap. You know what pisses me off? I'm saying this out loud. You know what pisses me off is when I graduate from university. I graduate from university because of this COVID-19. They literally add esports 1 full year after I graduate. And the esports team is good. I'm not good at Rocket League, no. I'm not good at I forgot the other one they play. Not Smash. They don't have Smash at the university that I play at. Rocket League, and there was something else. And then there's 3 of them. There was in Smash Bros. And Mario Kart. It was Mario Kart, Rocket League, and something else. You know, I would. That is. I wish that was there so I would have been on the team. I would have done it. The same thing in high school. Same thing in high school. Same thing in high school. In Illinois, I think it's his 3rd or 4th year coming up. I believe it is. It's 4th year coming up with esports in high school. If I knew that, I would have been grinding, brothers. I would have been grinding. But it was a missed opportunity. But I have COVID years. I have 7 or 8 COVID years I could use. And it isn't a physical sport other than carpal tunnel. Where did that slime come in? He broke one. He broke the one of the stadium lights. Ooh, that's pretty cool though. The Nets changed their name from the New Jersey Nets to the Brooklyn Nets. Ooh, you are right. The River of Fred, like the River Times in England, Lake Fred is good. Guess Kylie is playing Wii. My sons played football in middle school, and the youngest played in high school until we moved. See? My dad is 20. Oh, my dad is about 18 years older than my mom. My mom is 11 years younger than my grandpa. My grandpa that is my father of my brother. Wait, what? The grandpa is the father of my mother. Really? So you're going to fill the rest of the river? Yes. So what we're going to do off stream or on the next live stream, because I actually have to go to bed and be a responsible adult because I have a job in the morning. So, but let's take a look here and let's kind of wrap this up. So this is what we did today. We filled this in. Doesn't this look so good though? This looks filled in. All filled in. Got rid of a lot. Huge, these huge things, right? Now it looks like a place. And I do think that we should put in coral in the middle. It's not funny, but when you're going brain dead, you're going brain dead. Put some coral there in the middle eventually. Not now. I want to wait till I get a bunch of coral. I can't stop saying that. Okay. So that is what we did today in stream, and we made it not flat, and it looks a lot nicer. I really do like how that turned out. So some of the things that we're going to do off stream, if not, like I said, which is probably good, will be on live stream. The next few things that we are going to do is we're going to continue to dig this out, and we're going to kind of make these flat areas here. Obviously, some of these I've already dug out on the side, which I didn't think about doing that, to be honest with you. But doing that made it 10 times better, and I'm happy I thought of that, like, as we went. Is to dig out all this stuff, dig this all out, make it flat, blah, blah, or make it curved, blah, blah, blah. Do all of that stuff, digging that out. And that's probably going to be our next live stream. And I think I do want to look at what Liam was saying, make a central storage place. I might do the central storage place off stream because I kind of want to move all this stuff back. And maybe I should move the witch on stream. My left foot just fell asleep, and it's gonna hurt so bad when I move it. Oh my god, my left foot is falling asleep, and it's gonna hurt so bad when I move it. I know it is. Wii U. Wii Nintendo. Oh my god. Oh, that's the worst type. Oh my god. You know what I'm talking about? Yee. If I do stuff off stream, let me get this off, because if I do this off stream, I'm going to harvest these crops, trade with the guy, dig some of this out, and maybe do that and cut some trees down. It's not going to be anything crazy. My grandpa's 11 years older than my dad. I felt like you filled in more than just that part. Doesn't it feel like it? I took a long time to do that, huh? So that's what we're going to work on. I love you guys so much. I want to give a massive shout out to Liam, Sith Lord, Kylie, and Duckspoo for coming out to the live stream. I'm going to go to my sort of general ending spot. Oh, by the way, do I die? Nope, we didn't die. This is the longest stream officially of Fredcraft Hardcore World that I've ever played, ever. So, yeah, we officially have survived all of this. I'm going to make a backup just for the fun of it. And that is going to be it. So thank you so much for coming out to the live stream, everybody. Like I said, I want to give a special thank you to the Patreons. There are Patreons as of March 2026. I want to give a massive shout out to the merchandise holders lifelong. And I want to give a just thank you so much for watching. And we'll see you for links on another live stream or video here to come. And tomorrow there will be a Fortnite video with me and Sith Lord. So make sure you watch that. There will be that tomorrow coming out in sometime later. I might get some cheese sticks. Much love, everybody. I'm Claude, and remember, a real thing makes their own luck. Bye. Oh, I forgot to mute my microphone.